All right, switching focus now. Needling India again, a motion was tabled in the Canadian Parliament to label the 1984 anti-Sikh riots as genocide. However, the motion was met with opposition from a section of lawmakers, with Indian origin Canadian MP Chandra Arya voting against it. He claimed, however, that he was the only one to vote against the motion, eventually stopping it from being adopted. Here's a full report.
After the diplomatic showdown over slain Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, prompting the tit-tat expulsions of envoys and downturn in bilateral ties, Canada is needling India yet again. In the latest, the New Democratic Party tabled a motion in the Canadian Parliament seeking to label the 1984 anti-Sikh riots as a genocide. However, the motion fell through after it was met with strong opposition by a section of lawmakers. Indian origin Canadian lawmaker Chandra Arya opposed the motion and voted against it, thereby preventing it from being adopted. He later released a self-made video saying that the motion was driven by an influential and politically powerful pro-Khalistani lobby. The Indian origin lawmaker claimed he was the only member of the House of Commons to prevent the motion from being adopted.
Today, the Member of Parliament from Surrey Newton attempted to have the Parliament declare the 1984 riots in India against Sikhs as a genocide. He sought unanimous consent from all members in the House of Commons to pass his motion. I was the only member present in the House to say no, and my single objection was enough to prevent this motion from being approved.
Arya alleged that he was targeted outside the parliament for opposing the motion, adding it wasn't the first time that he was threatened for taking a stand for the Hindu Canadian community.
I was threatened inside the Parliament building for standing up and saying no. There have been several attempts, both within the Parliament and outside, to stop me from freely and publicly voicing the concerns of Hindu Canadians.
The lawmaker also claimed the pro-Khalistani lobby will try to get the motion back on the table.
The politically powerful Khalistani lobby will undoubtedly try again to push the Parliament to label the 1984 riots as genocide.
Meanwhile, New Democratic Party leader Jagmeet Singh released a statement after the motion was defeated, saying that the Conservatives and Liberals have yet again failed to ensure justice for the Sikh community in Canada.
Today in the Foreign Affairs Committee, Liberals and Conservatives teamed up to vote against the motion to recognize the Sikh genocide. They've had this motion for months. They could have spent that time hearing from people, understanding why it is so important, listening to the evidence that clearly establishes that a genocide and the definitions for genocide were met. But no, instead they turned their backs on the Sikh community, they turned their backs on justice.
As Canada rubs India the wrong way all over again, the spotlight is yet again on the pro-Khalistan lobby peddling an anti-India agenda, bringing its pressure to bear on the Trudeau administration.